Welcome to Salzburg, Austria, where Christmas magic comes to life. In this video, we're exploring the city's most enchanting Christmas markets, from the festive stalls in Old Town to the fairy tale charm of the Hellbrunner Advent Market. We'll also experience the wild and unforgettable Krampus Run. Yes, it's as crazy as it sounds. Take a breathtaking day trip to the storybook village of Hallstatt, join a Sound of Music tour through Salzburg's most iconic spots, learn how to bake the perfect Austrian apple strudel, and even have dinner in Europe's oldest restaurant. So grab a mug of Glühwein and let's dive into the holiday magic of Salzburg. In the words of Maria von Trapp, let's start at the very beginning. And for us, that's right here in the heart of Salzburg's Old Town at the Christmas market. Salzburg is honestly one of the most magical places I've ever been during the holidays. Right away, you're surrounded by all these twinkling lights, the smell of roasted almonds, and the sound of Christmas music echoing off the cathedral walls. There are stalls everywhere selling ornaments, candles, handmade crafts, and of course, all the delicious festive food, from sausages, pretzels, strudels, and plenty of Glühwein to keep you warm. It's apples, gingerbread, and pancakes with applesauce on top. It's pretty good. But Salzburg's Christmas traditions aren't all sugar and spice. Every year on December 5th, things take a bit of a wilder turn with the Krampus Run. This is when the locals dress up as horned, furry creatures who punish the naughty. It's loud, chaotic, and honestly, a little terrifying. And then, just like that, the market goes back to being warm and cozy again. Lights twinkling, people laughing, mugs clinking. The perfect mix of festive cheer and centuries-old tradition. After soaking up all that history and holiday magic in Salzburg's Old Town, we ventured out to what quickly became my absolute favorite Christmas market of all time, the Hellbrunner Christmas Market. It's about a 15-minute drive or bus ride from Old Town, and it's totally worth the trip. This market is set on the grounds of Hellbrunn Palace, which already looks like something out of a fairy tale, but once it's decked out in Christmas lights and decorations, it's next level magical. You do have to pay a small entrance fee to get in, but it actually comes with a free glass of Glühwein or hot punch, so it essentially pays for itself. Oh, did I mention? There's an entire kids section. There's a whole area just for families, with a Christmas train, a s'mores making area over an open fire, a craft hut, and even a small petting zoo with sheep, goats, and ponies. It gives the market such a warm and joyful vibe. What I love most about this market is the atmosphere. It feels more local, more relaxed, like a Christmas village tucked away from the crowds. The palace courtyard is filled with cozy wooden stalls selling handcrafted gifts, ornaments, and festive treats. And the trees are all covered in thousands of sparkling lights and red ornaments. The best time to come is right after sunset. That's when the market truly comes alive. The palace windows glow like a giant advent calendar, the trees sparkle, and everything feels wrapped in this golden, festive light. It's cozy, romantic, and honestly, just mesmerizing. This market just nails the cozy holiday feeling. Between the smell of pine, the sound of carols playing softly in the background, and that warm mug of Glühwein in your hands, it's pure Christmas happiness. So if you're visiting Salzburg, definitely make time for Hellbrunner. It might not be right in the center of town, but it's hands down one of the most beautiful and magical Christmas markets I've ever been to. One of the best day trips from Salzburg is to the fairytale village of Hallstatt. Hallstatt is about an hour and a half away by car, or just under 2.5 hours if you take the bus. We decided to drive, which sounded great in theory, but next time we'd 100% take the bus. Parking in Hallstatt is super limited and it gets really crowded, especially during Christmas time. And of course, it decided to snow the day we went, which made the drive absolutely stunning, but also a little tricky. The alpine roads can get icy and visibility changes fast, so if you're not super comfortable driving in winter conditions, the bus is definitely the way to go. Once you arrive, you'll feel like you've stepped into a snow globe. From the pastel houses, reflections on the lake, and the sound of church bells echoing through the valley. It's pure magic. You can spend a few hours wandering the streets, popping in and out of adorable local shops and cafes, and taking those Insta-worthy photos at the iconic viewpoint, which I have linked in our blog post. If you're visiting Salzburg during the holidays, definitely add Hallstatt to your list. It's an easy day trip, totally doable without a car, and honestly, between the snow, the mountains, and the Christmas vibes, it's everything winter dreams are made of. Alright, if you're visiting Salzburg at Christmas time and want to do something festive that's not just walking around the markets, this next activity is a must. We signed up for an apple strudel and Christmas cookie class at the Edelweiss Cooking School, and it was honestly one of the highlights of our trip. The class lasts about an hour and a half, includes lunch, and costs around $68 per person. And yes, you do get to eat everything you make. The instructors are super friendly and walk you through every step of making a traditional Austrian apple strudel. And while that's baking, you also make a few classic Christmas cookies. You know, the kind you see all over the markets this time of year? Yes, those tiny bites of buttery bliss that just melts in your mouth. And then the best part, you get to sit down and enjoy your strudel fresh from the oven. Seriously, this is one of those experiences that just feels like Christmas. Definitely add this to your list. It's such a fun and festive way to experience Austrian culture. So, I'm a huge Sound of Music fan. Like, I grew up watching it with my mom, so getting to do the Sound of Music tour together in Salzburg was such a full circle moment. A name I call myself, the tour takes you around to some of the famous filming locations from the movie. And yes, they actually play the soundtrack on the bus. So don't be surprised if you find yourself singing along to Do Re Mi with a bunch of strangers. You'll visit spots like the church from the wedding scene, the gazebo where 16 going on 17 was shot, and Mirabelle Gardens, where the Do Re Mi scene was filmed.
Follow so tea and drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to Do.
This was such a fun way to see the Austrian countryside while reliving one of the most classic movie musicals ever. I do want to point out that you make a stop at a viewpoint of the Hellbrunn Palace, which was used as the backyard of the Von Trapp family home where they filmed the famous lake and boating scenes. But you don't actually stop at the palace on the tour, which was kind of a bummer, but we did find out that they serve breakfast at the palace, so we actually ended up coming back here the following morning to have breakfast. The palace itself is breathtaking, the grounds are impeccable, and OMG, the library. My dream library. It reminded me of something straight out of Beauty and the Beast. This was such a great way to start off our day and to see another filming location from the movie. Sitting there, looking out over the lake, felt like we stepped right into the Sound of Music. To wrap up our magical Christmas trip in Salzburg, we saved one of the most special experiences for last. Dinner at Europe's oldest restaurant, St. Peter Stiftskulinarium. Before heading inside, we stopped at the Christmas bar just outside. This was the perfect little Christmas moment before stepping into history. Warm lights, festive music, and a cup of glühwein to kick off the night. Inside, the restaurant is absolutely stunning. Vaulted stone ceilings, soft candlelight, decorations galore, and an atmosphere that feels straight out of another century. I ordered the Tafelspitz, a traditional boiled organic Salzburg beef served in a copper pan. It was rich, tender, and so comforting and perfect on a cold winter night.
Delicious.
My mom got the Pete's roast beef, and we both agreed it was melt in your mouth perfection. And of course, we had to finish with the famous Salzburg Knockerl. This cloud-like local dessert is sweet, airy, and the perfect taste of Salzburg to end our trip.
That's basically the recipe. Is just flour, egg whites, egg yolk, sugar, vanilla sugar, bunch of sugar, and then
Just sugar.
They mix everything together, and then put the cream as 3 mountains in it, and it comes up. Original safe room. With the round door.
What do they do with that? You go in there?
One's very light,
That's
very airy,
Okay. Yeah.
and very delicious. It is good. After that incredible meal, we couldn't resist stopping by the Christmas bar for one more cup of glühwein before calling it a night. It was the dreamiest way to end our time in this fairy tale city. Cozy, festive, and full of flavor. Salzburg truly knows how to do Christmas right.